Hello and welcome to this Minecraft tutorial with me, Groover. Now today I'm going to show you how to make a pretty darn simple furnace array that's pretty easy to expand as well. So as you can see, I've got a couple of variants behind me. We'll have a quick look at those now. So what we've got is we've got this little one over here on the left, which is actually too deep. Now that doesn't take up much more resources, all of the basics are exactly the same, just a couple of hoppers, a few pistons and a little bit of redstone, not much at all. And then you got this one on the right hand side, which is as big a loop as I would advise making, because by the time the items make the way all the way around the loop, this one will only just have cooked all of the items. So that's the entire plan with this one, that basically they start off here and they go all the way around, and by the time they get around to here, the full stack of 64 will have just been cooked. So let's go ahead and build us one of these. So to build the larger furnace array which I've shown you, you need the following items. We've got 10 solid blocks, 6 chests, 3 observers, 50 furnaces and everything you can see there. And basically we've got down here some disposable items which are going to go in the hopper clock, and of course some basic tools to make sure that you can do the stuff and things. Now beyond that, you're going to need a good supply of whatever it is that you want to cook, and a good supply of fuel. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build up a 2 deep maximum loop. So that's going to be 25 furnaces. So this is going to be our starting point right here, and basically to get the redstone things in underneath, you're going to have to place that 2 off the ground. You can place this underground or whatever you like, it's all up to you. So we're going to go 7 across in this direction. 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to go 6 up on top of this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to place in a temporary block there, which will break in a second and go across by 6. And then another temporary block there, which we can break in a second and go back down by 6. Okay, so that is the basic loop. Now next up is we need to place in the pistons. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll do all the redstone on the corners, but we'll come back to this one. Now this is going to be where the loop actually starts from. So it's going to push the line up there. Then we need to come out by a couple of blocks. So we're going to place a couple of temporary blocks right here. Break those back and place that in there like that. And then we're going to come around this side and place an observer like that. Break the temporary block, place a full block there with redstone on. So basically when this one gets moved, it's going to see it and it's going to push it. So that's just going to keep it that simple. Then we're going to go up by a couple of blocks right here like that, and we're going to have a normal piston facing straight down right there. And then again we're going to come up on top with the observer. We're going to place a solid block on top there and some redstone dust right there. Okay, and then next up is we're going to do very similar here. We're going to come out by 3 blocks. We're going to break those 2 temporary blocks. Then we're going to have that facing in there. And then we need to get the observer facing back like that. And then redstone dust right there. So this is what you should now have. Right, so now because we're going to go too deep with this, we need to build up another layer pretty similar, but we don't need so much of the observers. Biggest problem here is placing in the furnaces while shift clicking and things, or whatever it is that you do on a controller. Okay, so just like that. Now next up is we're going to stand here and we're going to place another piston right next to the ones that we've already been placing. And we're going to sort of replicate things over. So you see that when that one fires, it's going to push both pistons. And then very similarly up here, we're just going to have a piston facing down, and then a bit of redstone on there, and then another piston right there. We're going to get a full block right there and redstone on top of that. Okay, so that is our 2 deep loop. Now that we've done that, we're going to build up the timing circuit, which is basically just an etho hopper clock. So what we need is we need a solid block right there. We're going to have redstone, and then we're going to have solid block, and get rid of that one. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to have a gap of 2. We're going to do another solid block like that. And then we're going to take our comparators, facing them outwards. And then we're going to place a couple of hoppers facing straight into each other, just like that. And then we're going to come up here, redstone dust on there, redstone dust on there. We're going to have a piston facing off that edge there and off that edge there. And then we're going to place a redstone block like that. Now, you need to add 33 items to this clock, and that's going to make sure that your timing is maintained really, really neatly. We're going to place a lever there, and this is our off switch. So what will happen is this will push back over and it's going to just lock it in that position. So this will fill up with the items, it's not going to push back, and it'll be fine. And then when you want to switch it back on, it's just like that. So now we need to connect up this clock to the loop that we have right here, and this is how you do it, like that. That is it. That is it. That is it basically done. Next up is we need to add in where the hoppers and the items are going to go. Right, so very, very nearly done. All that we need to do is we need to come up into the middle of the loop here, towards the end where you've done this, where you've got the timer, and we're just going to place in 2 chests. Now I've got some chests ready made with coal and stone in, so that I can show you this very, very easily. And I'm just going to place my stone ones on the top there. That's going to filter down into these, as you can see. Then I'm going to come around this side. I'm going to place on 2 hoppers there, and I'm going to place the coal into these ones. So that's now pushing the coal into this one. Okay, very, very simple. And then finally, we're just going to have a double empty chest right here with hoppers facing straight down from above. And that is it. Your biggest problem now is going to be feeding this thing because, my goodness, it eats. It eats stuff. You're going to be getting drops coming out of this like crazy. So let's switch this on and see how it goes. So basically the first tick is going to happen when the piston pushes back, which will happen in a second or two. And that's going to push... Ooh, there's a problem. Need a piston facing up there. It's not a big deal though. It's not a big deal. That'll get fixed. Right, so next time it pushes up, that'll be the first one where we actually get things burning in the furnaces. So, yep, there we go. So again, remember to put that piston there. I'm sorry that I forgot that, but hopefully you watched all the way to the end here. Right, so now all we've got to do is wait for all of this to come round and you'll start to see the goods coming out. Now, because I'm doing this like this and I'm not going to be tending it, I'm just going to put in a lot of extra items. So lots and lots of extra items. So this is going to keep going for ages. And then lots of extra coal. And there we go. We're just going to sit back and wait for a while. And as you can see here, it's just stopping just short of the full 64. But that's as close as you're going to get it, really. And it's going to start dropping those items down below once they're cooked, and it should actually offload the full 64 or whatever there is into there before it moves on to the next one. And there we go. That is all that you need to build this array, or any array that you like that. It's very, very similar however you do it. So hopefully you've got all the tools that you need to go away and build yourself a nice little furnace array of whatever size or dimensions you like. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please do leave a like. And if you want to see some more, drop me a subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye!